Hey, what's up guys? In this week's video, I've got someone amazing to talk about the best women's running shoes of 2020. So let's get stuck in. Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. How are we all doing? Let me know in the comments. Check this out, isn't it beautiful? Right, but anyway, you're not here for that. You're here because this week we're talking women's running shoes. And I thought to myself, I'm not really the best person to talk about women's running shoes. Now I know there's women out there who run in men's shoes and men who run in women's shoes, and you know what, we try and review as many different sorts of shoes on the channel as we can when we're doing other things as well. But I thought to myself, who's the best person to ask to do a video on this subject? Now there's some amazing YouTube running channels out there, and there's a lot of people doing like shoe reviews and stuff like that, which is awesome because more sort of reviews, more impressions, hopefully gives you guys more of an overview of the shoe and what it's like and other bits and pieces. But there's not many women doing sort of running shoe reviews, but there is one channel that I do still follow, and that is Emily from Run Like Hella. Now it's Run Like Hell but with an ER. She produces some amazing content, some super awesome reviews, but she comes at it from a different angle, and she's just a really nice person, which is like the most important thing. But she produces really good content on shoe reviews and stuff like that, and I would really recommend, don't worry about even with this video, I'd really recommend you just watching and subscribing to her channel regardless of this video, because she used to say she's just an awesome person. And also follow her on Instagram. I'm going to put all the links below. But I asked Emily if she could do a video for us on the sort of her best sort of running shoes of 2020, so like daily trainers and all that sort of stuff, and give a bit of an insight into what ones she likes and what ones she doesn't like and why she likes them and stuff like that. So I thought it'd be a really cool idea. Hopefully you guys like it as much as I do, because I've seen the video, because obviously I've made this video, and she does an amazing job. So check it out, sit back, relax, check it out, what she thinks her sort of top picks of 2020. So over to you, Run Like Hella.
What's up everybody? Thank you FORDY for having me on the channel. I'm really excited to be here today to talk to you guys about my favorite running shoes. I have to admit, while I was filming this, I realized I have a lot of favorites, so this was a tricky list to come up with, but I think I did it, and let's get to it. So for my favorite daily trainer, I picked the Saucony Ride 13. I ran the Philadelphia Marathon in the Saucony Ride ISO, so this was kind of a no-brainer for me. I know some of you are probably like, well, that's kind of not a very exciting shoe, and I think that's what I like about it so much. You have the Power Run midsole, which is firm, but not too firm. It's fairly responsive, and it's very durable for lots of mileage. You have this engineered mesh upper, which is fairly breathable and gives you a nice lockdown fit through the midfoot, and a nice sturdy heel counter to lock you in place, and of course, plenty of traction. Like I said, I think that what's so special about this shoe is that there aren't any gimmicks, and it's just a running shoe that's gonna work, that's trusted, that's gonna stand the test of time, and be with you for plenty of miles. Plus, I really am digging this colorway. This one was actually pretty easy. For my favorite speed shoe, I picked the Saucony Endorphin Speed. I love this shoe. Honestly, this is probably my favorite shoe of 2020. And it's for a number of reasons. First, you have that Power Run PB midsole, the PBA-based midsole material that Saucony is using, which is incredibly responsive, but also cushioned. So it's not too firm. You can do some long runs in this, and you're still gonna get that response and that protection that you need. But that's not all. There's also a nylon plate sandwiched in between the layers of midsole material here. And what I tend to like a little bit better with the nylon plate as opposed to the carbon plate is that the nylon has a little bit of flex. So it's not incredibly stiff. As you can see, it's still kind of stiff, but not terribly so. So your foot's able to flex the way it needs to and the way it wants to. This is a midsole feel like none other. And then of course you have this engineered mesh upper with plenty of breathability, especially in that toe box. You're gonna see lots of perforation, a semi-gusseted tongue, a sturdy heel counter. I think Saucony hit a big home run with this shoe in 2020. I ran lots of tempo runs over the summer in this shoe, and in fact, I think I have my fastest mile ever in this shoe right here. Moving on to my favorite long run shoe, that would be the Hoka Clifton 7. If you stick around on my channel long enough, you'll see that I am a big Clifton fan. In fact, the OG Clifton, the first Clifton they ever came out with, was kind of what got me into running shoe technology, so without it, I might not even have a channel. There's been versions of the Clifton that I've liked less than others, but I have to say the Clifton 7 is fantastic. And for me, it's the perfect long run shoe for a number of reasons. For starters, you have this EVA foam, which is incredibly soft. It's like running on a pillow, and there's lots of it here too, so you're getting plenty of protection. You also have a fairly breathable upper here, and another great thing about this shoe that I like, especially for longer runs, is that it has a very wide and stable platform. This is a neutral shoe, but especially for me, someone who tends to overpronate, I like a little bit more stability, especially when my stride starts to get sloppy on those longer runs. There were a couple other shoes that I could have picked for this, like maybe the Saucony Triumph 17, but when it comes down to it, when I need a cushioned, protective, comfortable shoe that I know is going to keep me feeling fresh mile after mile, then the Clifton 7 is always going to be my first choice. And my favorite race day shoe is the Saucony Endorphin Pro. Now I have to admit, I got this shoe during COVID, so I haven't technically done any racing in it, but I think this would be my first choice without a doubt if there was a race to do. I could have picked the Nike Next Percent for this category because I have raced in that shoe and I did like it, but I think that this shoe, the Endorphin Pro, is just better for my running stride and I enjoy running in it more. Well, why is that? Well, first of all, it has a much more stable platform than the Next Percent. This has that Power Run PB midsole material that I talked about in the Endorphin Speed, which is just out of this world, so responsive, so cushioned. And here we have the carbon plate. So this shoe is a lot more rigid than the Speed, which does offer more propulsion. The first time I took this shoe out, I was like, whoa. We have a winner here. I really like this upper. It's a very thin, lightweight, breathable mesh with tons of airflow through that toe box. The upper feels like a sock. It just melts to your foot. I think Saucony did an amazing job making a super shoe that is a little bit more traditional than some of the other options on the market. It's a winner in my book, and I can't wait to actually get to race in it. So Fordy asked me to pick a shoe that I can't live without, and this was a tough one. I kind of touched on this before, but I'm gonna go with the original Hoka Clifton. This is not the re-release, this is the first version, the OG, the 2014 hit. But the reason I can't live without it, I said before, but it got me into running shoe technology in the first place. When this shoe came out in the market in 2014, there really wasn't anything else like it. Hoka had other max cushion shoes on the market, but nothing was like this. This shoe fascinated me from the moment I started running in it. It was amazing how much cushion was underfoot and how much this Meta Rocker technology rolled you forward and how breathable this upper was. Since this shoe, the Clifton has gotten quite different. But yeah, without this shoe, I might not have a channel. I might have never have gotten into running shoe technology as much as I did. So I owe a lot to this pair of shoes, and for that reason, I just can't live without them. And I'll never part with them. You can't make me. And with that, that's all of my favorite shoes. Thank you, FORDY Runs, for having me on the channel today. I had a lot of fun. I hope to see you guys over at my channel, Run Like Heller. In the meantime, get out there, get on the grind, and don't forget to run like Fordy.
How cool was that? Awesome. Now, told you it'd be good. Make sure you subscribe to her channel and follow her on Instagram. So massive thanks to Emily, Run Like Heller. Really do appreciate it. And hopefully we can get her back on the channel in the future, because that'd be awesome to keep going with a view from the opposite sex. I think it's awesome. It really is. So make sure you check her channel out and subscribe. But that's it from me. I'll catch you guys later.